you've gotten to a point in your life where you realize, well, everybody else is playing checkers, you're playing chess. And it's hit a point where you're in this like trust the process kind of energy in your life right now, where you've seen the signs, you've seen what you needed to do, and there are moves you need to make. And I was getting the image of almost like a video game, how you are controlling the character, and it's both you and the character are tied together, and you are very much in this experience of being the character in a video game where something else is controlling you, and you're being asked to trust this next step because you are divinely guided here and you know it, but it's hard for you to really accept this right now with this the swan in reverse. This is like High Priestess, but you also have this Five of Trees in reverse, which is telling me that you are coming out of a really bad like material situation. You just don't believe that things are actually going to get better for you. I've been seeing and hearing you're holding all the aces. I've specifically been seeing the Ace of Spades imagery a lot. You may be seeing that a lot. And also Ace of Hearts. Interesting where this pelican here, this is the like the guardian to the spiritual realm. It's like you need the keys to unlock this next chapter. And that's what you're doing right now. And it's like whatever this key is really just your confidence. You're seeing how much your self-perception has an impact on your life. But where it comes to at the beginning, where I kept hearing today, like while you're playing chess, like everyone else is playing checkers kind of thing, is that you've, I want to say, been made out to be a fool in the past, but it's really that you're just like 10 steps ahead of everyone, and like they'll call you stupid in the moment, and then like 5 years down the line they'll be like, oh my god, whatever they said happened. And the 5 years is important, especially where I have this Five of Trees here, because that's how far ahead you can see into the future. And not a lot of people are going to get that, which is why like you may be feeling this lack of trust, but that's part of what this this final test is that you can't be gauging what it is that you want to do or like to do or how you move in your life based on how other people perceive you. How others perceive you is really none of your business at this point. You're starting to see like who's for you, who's against you. Interesting, I have my Ace of Trees here where I was saying Ace of Spades, and then it's in reverse, is that you're having trouble believing that you are building something that's growing, and it's based off of this like negative perception that you have on yourself, which is being left behind with this Five of Trees in reverse. This crow here, this is a card of death. It's the Fool in the traditional deck, but it's the crow takes death away on its back to call in the new, and that's really what you're leaving behind, is this kind of this lack mindset that you have to be like overworking, or you need the approval of others to be moving forward in your life, to be moving forward appropriately, especially with this Two of Lotuses here. It's like the Two of Cups in the traditional deck, and it's saying to trust that your people will find you. But when you're that far ahead of people, when you're playing a different game, you can't expect people to understand it. And I specifically got the imagery, you know, when you're playing chess, and you can kind of set up moves to bait people. So it's like you can lead them one way, you're doing one thing over here while really there's a plan over here, and that's kind of how you operate. And that's sort of the game that you're playing in right now, is that the universe has you facing one thing, presenting a front almost to the outside world while things happen behind the scenes. And part of that, this trust the process that you may be struggling with right now, and is that what you are manifesting is coming in, which is interesting that I have following this is the Two of Lotuses and the Dream World card. So this is saying that whatever it is, like this happy, like a better lifestyle, the one that you've envisioned for yourself, the vision that you can see that nobody else can see, is being brought in, even if you feel like, you know, did I make the right move? Because part of that is when you're pulling those kinds of moves, when you're putting up a front or a distraction, is that you need the person who's participating to buy into what you're doing. So you're kind of in that stage of like, is this going to catch? Is this going to work? Is this maneuver that I pulled going to be effective? And so that's kind of why you're feeling this unsteady, kind of shaky feeling of like, is this going to be okay? And this is your confirmation that yes, especially where I have my Weaver at the back of my deck and this crow here. These are both heavy manifestation cards, but it's also to say to you that if you're going to be making moves like this, you have to be confident that you can't be trying to pull something and then like not have a good poker face. You know, like you can't give it away by your own fear. You have to do things with confidence if you want it to stick, if you want to stick the landing. And what I love I have here is this 5 of Embers in reverse. So it's whatever conflict you may have been anticipating dealing with, however it is regarding like your dreams, your goals, whatever you're going after, isn't going to be as big of a deal as you thought. This always represents to me conflicts in your outer world that start because you're having issues on the inside, and you're working through this now. That's part of what this pelican is here for, that in order to get to this reality that you've manifested, you have to stop fighting with yourself, and you just have to be all in. You have to be completely confident in what you're doing, and trust that just because it doesn't matter how many people can't see your vision, because if you're thinking that far ahead into the future, 5 years, 10 years, whatever, people who are just scrambling their day to day are not going to understand what you're doing. So it's time for you to back yourself 100%, be your own best friend in this regard, in that it's okay if people don't understand you, and it's actually a blessing, because when you really see other people's true colors, you'll see like, oh, that was actually protection, and you're supposed to stand all 10 toes in who you are regardless. So this is like this initiation for this next aspect of your life where you're going to be operating completely in integrity. So again, you'll know if this video is for you if that's something you've been working on. But if this resonates with you, let me know. If you like your own personal reading with me, you can head to the link at the top of my page. They're in my Etsy shop, and I also have meetings there too. And check out my Substack while you're there. Thanks.